For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Chris Richardson Show, currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, before the Thanksgiving break, you guys get a big non-conference win over Salem. Talk about that win and kind of what it did for you heading into the break.
Well, first of all, it was great to play at home. I thought we had a great crowd, a lot of energy, and our guys fed off of that. It wasn't our best shooting night. Typically, you shoot 35%, it's going to be difficult to win the game. But I think a sign of our growth is that we were able to sustain not having a great shooting night and still keep the same energy defensively. And I thought we did a really good job getting the free throw line. So it was good. Always good to get a win, anytime, anywhere, but especially at home and especially, before you take, a little bit of a break there for Thanksgiving. So we'll take it.
And you mentioned your guys back home for the first time this season. You played a lot better at home last year than you did on the road. Continues that success this year. What changes when you're at home, or what's it like playing in front of the home crowd?
It just, your routine is more routine. You got more control as a team over how your day goes. You don't have to worry about anybody else, scheduling your shoot-around time. Don't have to worry about, where you're going to eat. Don't have to worry about a lot of things that, on the road can be different every game, every day. So just the familiarity and shooting in your own gym, I would say it helps. But, again, we couldn't make a whole lot of shots that night. But I know our guys were excited to play at home, play in the gym we practice in every day, and we're excited to play at home again tomorrow night.
And the guy leading the way for you is Marcus Johnson, named the MEC Men's Basketball Player of the Week, puts up 25 points again. Talk about what's been working for him and kind of his growth from last year to this year.
He's just doing a great job. We talked after the Notre Dame game as a team just about how critical every possession is. That's a game we got down 20 points right out of the gate at Notre Dame. And then we started having better possessions, and we got it down to 4. And then we had some not-so-good possessions down the stretch. And so we talked as a team just about how critical every moment of every game is, every possession offensively, every possession defensively. And so I thought he kind of led the way with that for us on Tuesday night last week of making sure that we were good every possession, that we got good looks, that we limited wasted possessions, we limited bad shots. And, he was 2 for 3 from 3. We know he can shoot, but inside he's really difficult to defend for anybody. I think he's as good a player as there is in the league, especially inside. And so happy for him to get the recognition. But like we talked about yesterday when that news came out, when you win, your players get individual recognition. So I know he's most excited about getting the win. And it wasn't just his scoring. He had 8 rebounds, he had a bunch of steals, a bunch of block shots, and I think 5 or 6 assists. So it was just a complete effort from him. And, our team really did a good job of taking what Salem gave us, and Marcus did a good job of getting everybody involved.
And throughout the season, you've had a couple of guys from the bench step up. Lately, Sean Ely's had really good showings. In Notre Dame, he had a really good game off the bench, another one against Salem. Talk about these bench guys and kind of what they bring to the table.
Yeah, I think one of the most overrated things in basketball is starting, right? I always use the example. There was a guy on Syracuse national championship team that played like 9 minutes a game. He jumped center and started and played 9 minutes a game, but he hardly ever played down the stretch. But that was his role. And so it's really about what your role is and how you can best execute that role to help the team. Sean's had to step up because Trey Stouffer got hurt against Notre Dame, and he'll still be out for a little bit. So Sean's going to continue to get a lot of minutes. And it's not just Sean that's got to fill those minutes. Jerry Saunders, I thought he gave us really good minutes off the bench at the point guard spot in the second half against Salem, and that's a position he had been playing for all of 3 days at that point. And so, everybody's got to be ready. And I think that Salem game was a true team win, just like our DUville game was. When we play as a team and nobody's worried about anything other than winning, then I think we can be really good. And so everybody's got to be ready. It's a long season. There's things that happen. Some nights, some matchups are better than others. And so, I was just really proud of just our complete cohesiveness throughout that 40 minutes.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head men's basketball coach Chris Richardson. And Chris, now you head into this kind of 2-week stretch of conference play before you hit your Christmas break. As you kind of jump fully into this conference schedule, talk about some of the challenges you guys are going to face.
Yeah, there's challenges every night in the Mountain East Conference. It's one of the best basketball leagues in the country. Offensively, it's very, fast-paced. Everybody knows it's the highest-scoring league in college basketball. So the key for us, whether we're playing a conference game or non-conference game, just be us. Do what we do. We've done a great job of just kind of crafting that identity over the first couple weeks of the season. Let's stick to that. Let's play through our identity and all the things that includes, and just stick to being us. And if we do that, we'll be just fine. What we can't do is let somebody else come into the game and set the rules. We talk about the toughest team sets the rules, and we got to be the toughest team every night on the floor. So sticking to who we are and not getting carried away with anything else, who we are is more than good enough. And so just stick to that.
And your two opponents this week, you have Davis and Elkins to start the week on Wednesday, then going to Wesleyan on Saturday. Talk about these two matchups kind of and what you're seeing.
Yeah, I don't know hardly anything about Wesleyan yet. I'll worry about them later in the week. But Davis and Elkins really good. Made it to the conference semifinals last year. Dan, their coach, has done an unbelievable job of just building that program up. I think he's in his 5th year. They've had a lot of continuity, and it all starts with Sam Rowe, their senior point guard, who's an all-conference player, former Rookie of the Year in the league, and one of the best players, I think, in the Atlantic region and in Division II basketball. And so, everything they do revolves around him. He's going to have some really big moments in the game. We just got to make sure that we limit him to, not controlling the game for 40 minutes with what he does best. Inside, they're really good. They got some good athleticism around the rim with Clarence Pierre. They got guys that can shoot it. They're just a really well-constructed team. And talk about a team that knows who they are and plays their identity. Davis and Elkins is exactly that. So, it'll be a challenge for us, but that's life in the Mountain East. Every night's going to be a challenge, and we're excited to be playing at home again. Had a great practice coming back from break on Sunday. Had a great practice Monday morning, and so we need another good practice Tuesday to get ready for Wednesday night.
And finally, with the win on Tuesday, you guys got some momentum heading into break. How do you keep that momentum going this week and kind of continue that success?
Yeah, it's just about continuing to get better. I know that sounds cliche, but if we continue to get better at who we are and being who we are all the time, then we're going to continue to have better results. And so I think this team's really bought in right now, but it's easy to buy in when you win a game. You got to buy in throughout the game and throughout the moments of adversity that happen during the game. And so far this team's done that. I really want to shout out our leaders, our captains. Trey Stouffer, even though he's hurt, still being very present in huddles and timeouts, talking to the younger guys, talking to Sean Ely. Has been great in practice, like having another coach out there. Marcus Johnson, another captain, done a great job just being vocal, pushing himself, which allows him to push the people around him. And then Will Gabbert, he is the same guy every day. He's so consistent. And so other guys see that, and they want to be the same way. And so just continue to be who we are. It's all about us right now. It's always going to be all about us and being who we are. And if we can just do that, that's more than good enough.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck this week. Can't wait to see you out there.
Appreciate it, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.